Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It is 6:06, another pretty warm morning. Not as warm as yesterday, but in the high 30s and going to be 50 again today. So let's not complain. Let's enjoy this gloriousness out there. Coming up at 7:10, we will have Dave Matthews Band tickets again in Clash with Kenzie. Kenzie's Crimes at 8:20. And even sooner, in just about 6 minutes, we will have Pearl Jam, a chance to go see them in Nashville, a full VIP trip. This trip is insane, let alone seeing Pearl Jam, very limited shows this year after playing Wrigley Field last year. And it's wild. I've gone through my office, my home office situation, which is really a storage room at this point with totes with various things in it. We've talked about the Playboys, but I do have a lot of CDs in there when I look through them. And as I was moving one tote, one fell out. And this is back in the day now. This is back in the sludge days of Q101. Pearl Jam played Soldier Field on the, and it was the CD, Q101 recorded it and aired it live.
Yeah, it's 1995.
Yeah, there's my man.
I don't know why. It was Pearl Jam and Bad Religion at Soldier Field. That's why I know that.
Yeah, that was even before my time at Q101. But I have this CD. We released a CD. I shouldn't say we because I wasn't there yet. But
I pressed the CD myself.
and so it's called Q101 Pearl Jam. This is not for you, Soldier Field. And I have the CD of the performance. I believe it's on YouTube. Because you can check out a part of it where Eddie Vedder rips Q101 for calling because we called his mom. Again, I shouldn't say we. I wasn't there yet. But
You're taking a lot of, you're actually like just me.
Yeah.
I called his mom.
Well, there was about 7 morning shows in about 2 years at that point in the 90s at Q101. And they got Eddie Vedder's mom's number in Evanston, and they used to call his mom on the air and put her on the air live. And she was apparently very nice and gracious, but Eddie wasn't a fan of it.
Well, Eddie Vedder in 1995, not the nicest person that's ever been around.
Well, I would say you're calling my mom. Stop calling my mom. It's not good.
Well, they didn't call her to ask her for money. It was the big deal is.
And she willingly went on the air on Q101. It was hilarious, and I have that CD.
Now, if we drove to her house, put a gun to her head, told her to pick up the phone, I could see why he would be upset. I can understand.
I think a gun would have to be involved to make it happen today.
Probably.
But Kenzie dropped this yesterday that she got a CD for Christmas from her mom, which is a beautiful thing, by the way. A nice gift from mom, of course.
Yes. She gave me a Cher CD. She also got me the Cher book. Why are you laughing? Did I say that?
Because I think 95, we were just talking about a CD being released. Now it's 30 years ago that CD came out. It's 2025. I wonder how many people still have a CD player in my car. When you mention this, my Rogue actually has a CD player. I didn't know it. It's got a little slit for the CDs.
See, I don't have a CD player anywhere, so I don't have anywhere to play this gift. But it's really sweet. It matches the book. Like, I get it, but like I don't have a way to utilize it at all.
Because most computers don't even come with disk drives anymore.
No,
I do not have a computer with a disk drive. You could throw $1 million on the table and said, play this CD in 30 minutes, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Or you're dead.
Like, million. I would want to. It's so bad, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's a shame.
I don't know if Amazon delivers that fast. I can check on my private account.
So Mark in Maryville checked in and said he has that Q101 CD I'm talking about from Soldier Field's performance, and he wants Kenzie's Cher CD because he still has the thing in his visor with all the CD holder in your visor of your car.
Yeah.
Do you know what those are, Casey? Even
I do, but that's only because my dad was a big CD guy. I've never purchased a CD. Wow. I went from digital, then back to vinyl, which wasn't productive.
So
but
I got CDs because I was born in '95. So I got CDs, but like I was probably like people were giving me CDs as gifts when I was like 7 and like all that,
right.
of it. So by the time I was in junior high, I was using an iPod, but not the good one. They didn't come out with like there's no touch screen. You were trying to It was like a game trying to land on the right
Oh,
song.
I know exactly what you're. I know
Swivel.
exactly the iPod you're talking about. It was amazing.
Son of a bitch.
I go back to before the iPod. The Diamond Rio player was the first MP3 player. If you
Oh, is that what you had?
want to go on a fun little search of MP3 players. But Mark in Maryville also said he's got both visors still full of CDs. And he hasn't listened to them in a long time, but the CDs are still on the visor and that holder that everybody had.
Well, my share CD is in mint condition, so I don't know what you're willing to chuck up for it.
Hasn't been played once.
No, it's got the wrapping on it.
No scratches on it.
No.
There you go. Well, the Pearl Jam, the key word for that VIP trip to Nashville coming up here in 5 minutes.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time for a fact that makes your brain go. It involves maybe you just woke up and had a great night's sleep. Maybe you didn't. But here's the thing. If you do this while you're sleeping, you will live longer. It's one of those things that a lot of people have so much. I know we do. We get up at 3 in the morning, and some people, get up at 9 in the morning. It doesn't matter, but whatever you do, there's this pattern to get to bed or what you do when you're sleeping. Everybody, you can have a 10-minute conversation with everybody's routine. So, Kenzie, what do you think? If you do this while you're sleeping, so you get in the bed while you're sleeping, that will help you live longer.
If you do it while you're sleeping.
Yes.
Is it that mouth tape thing everyone's doing? Everyone's just shutting their mouth, close the tape?
So I think I know what you're talking about is people with like sleep apnea. Does it keep your mouth open? The tape has like some kind of hole in it?
Yeah, it has but it's like mouth taping. But now people are doing it just in general because it's supposed to make you more attractive. It's supposed to like lift your jawline. And I'm even considering it. I get so influenced. It sucks. I can't even open TikTok. I don't have the money.
Wait, I didn't know that at all. But is that the tape I'm talking about, the right thing with like supposed to be for sleep apnea? Is that what it helps?
Yes, it's the same thing, but people are doing it in general because they're saying sleeping with your mouth closed actually shapes your jawline nicer and like gets rid of that like double chin area. I mean, not if you're like 800 pounds, obviously, but like, like just in general, it shapes, it's not like you don't wake up like, oh my God.
So 800 pounds plus,
shape your face.
The tape won't work for 800 pounds plus, but 750, maybe it'll work.
Maybe. I don't know the cutoff officially.
You send me a link to Amazon? I think I need that tape.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I can't help it. They're like, you won't believe my jaw after 30 days. I'm like, well, it looks better. Maybe I should do it. I don't know. It sucks.
Okay, so using that sleep apnea tape or it's snoring tape. I'm not sure if it's for both probably because that's what.
Now it's like sexy tape. Now it's looking more attractive.
Case, what do you think it is that if you do this while you're sleeping, you will live longer?
Eat a midnight snack, sleepwalk to the refrigerator.
Eating in the middle of the night while sleeping is what you're saying.
It probably makes you feel awesome.
Well, sleeping on a full stomach is proven to be amazing. I don't think there's health benefits to that, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think there's health benefits to waking up and eating more and going back to sleep.
No, I bet there is. Like if you wake up at 1 a.m. and eat a ham and then go back to bed.
Well, no, when you say a ham, like an entire one?
I don't feel like I stuttered. I said a ham. That is an entire ham, obviously.
Listen, Kenzie.
Yeah, please.
A ham.
Don't
a
let
ham.
me repeat myself. I feel like that'd be good for you.
There's no way you have ham at your house. You don't know how to cook a ham.
Well, but you don't need to cook it. It comes pre-cooked.
Oh, you might take your plastic wrapping off of your ham.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either.
You know what's wild is in every old movie and TV shows, people get up in the middle of the night and they eat.
Yes, in Terminator. I watched Terminator for the first time last week. The woman, after she has relations, she eats like a full-ass meal.
Wait, who?
Okay, well, first off,
The
that's
roommate.
normal. Who doesn't want a little snacky snack after all that work?
Right, you're right. It's the girl that bangs the guy from Top Gun.
Yeah.
Her roommate.
Yeah, she has like milk. She has like a glass of milk. After
She had a sandwich.
Now that's weird.
She's wearing like some kind of lingerie robe, and then the Terminator. Well, I'm not trying to do a spoiler alert, but it doesn't end well for her getting that midnight snack.
No, it does not.
And she's got a Walkman on. That's why she couldn't hear the Terminator.
It's some awful song too. Some just awful 80s pop.
Yeah, all those
80s
movies.
pop is fun.
Oh, I disagree.
I like 80s pop.
That's something that you two will never come to
No,
terms on. We don't need to investigate that right now. So, something you do while you're sleeping that helps you live longer. What do you think you do? And you can text in and guess at 312-591-8300. In 3 minutes, we'll give you the answer.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time for a fact that makes your brain go. Now, the fact being, if you do this while you sleep at night, you will live longer. Kenzie guessed that mouth tape that seems to be popular. What that mouth do? What that mouth tape do? I still think it's for that apnea or snoring, what you're thinking of. I, for a while, used that nose tape that football players sometimes wear because that also stopped snoring. When I had a little moment when I was snoring a little bit, I had a deviated septum.
Nose tape? You taped your nose shut?
No, it goes on top of the nose.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it pulls, I guess, the nose tighter so your nostrils open more so you sleep better.
Okay.
And I did that for a while and it worked, but then it just looked, I decided I can't just keep doing
Brian
this.
just duct tapes his face and
Just wrap my head. And Case thinks eating in the middle of the night is beneficial, like they do in all the old movies. They go make, a ham,
Enchiladas.
a turkey dinner. Both of you are wrong on that. What it is, and by the way, let's go through some text first before we get there. Let's see. Have sex or snuggle. Good guess from Mary Kate there checking in. Wearing socks, actually, Mary Kate checked in with.
Oh,
Wearing socks will help you live longer.
that's very nice.
I don't wear socks. Do you wear socks, Kenzie?
Hell no. Not the bad. I obviously wear them like in my shoes.
Well, yes.
No,
Sure.
I can't even wear socks around my house because the fabric's touching. Like, I don't like socks on carpet.
We are the same that way. I take my socks off instantly getting in the house.
I can't. It's like sends shivers down my spine. It makes me want to throw up.
I can't.
do it.
It's weird to me that people who wear shoes in their house.
Oh my God. That's disgusting. But I have house shoes. Like, they're like kind of like slippers with grippies.
Yeah.
That only can be inside because then it's not nasty. Blech.
Casey, you a sock shoe guy inside the house?
I love wearing socks on carpet. That's like my favorite thing. I love the way it feels. I love sliding around. Every once in a while, I'll just run laps, just slide back and forth. I love
And
wearing.
then you shock everything. It's so annoying.
Oh God, it's so fun. It is coming up behind somebody and shocking them. I love wearing socks in bed. I get all snuggled like a bug on a rug. It's awesome.
Are you completely naked otherwise?
Yeah, I'm completely naked other than the socks that I have on. Yeah, and I've got 3 socks on if you catch my drift.
You've complained
Whoa.
about not having a lot of sex before, and I have to say
Do you
that
think it's
outfit choice isn't helping.
Socks aren't doing me any favors.
The socks and no clothing isn't facilitating the sex.
So the thing that is going to help you live longer, if you do this while you sleep, is sleep right next to your partner. Snuggle right up. I mean, arm around the person. That's your person, your partner. There's a caveat to this. It can't work with a one-nighter. It can't work with a hookup. It's got to be someone that you are with long-term, which whatever you judge long-term is. But it can't be just a one-nighter. That's not going to help you sleeping next to somebody. Here are the benefits they say. So it helps you sleep longer. They've done brainwave studies of this, that it increased sleep durations when co-sleeping than alone sleeping. I don't know another way to say that. I know alone sleeping sounds pretty sad.
Alone sleeping.
Maybe that's hitting some people deep with a trigger there. I slept alone for a long time. Listen, but with somebody, it's better for you're more relaxed when you have your partner. Having sex, cuddling, holding hands, sleeping close can trigger that oxytocin. It's the love hormone.
Oxytocin?
Oxytocin. That's the love hormone. It promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and creates a sense of security, so you sleep better. I have a problem that Megan doesn't love, that I twitch a lot. It's part of my OCD issues.
Boy.
So we can snuggle for a little bit, but then eventually I kind of just wheeze my arm out like I'm trapped in a cave somewhere in my arm. I can't sit still if someone's on top of me.
What do you mean you twitch a lot?
Like, I mean, if we're...
Punches her in the face.
He throws her to the ground.
I have given her a Rodman elbow by mistake a couple times. But when I'm alone sleeping, like perfectly, no one touching me, I'm fine. And she wants, it sucks because I feel bad for her because she wants to snuggle all the time. And that's a great thing in life. And she gets an arm around, fall asleep, and I start just shaking and twitching my legs, my stomach. I get an itch. I have to get up and scratch it.
Oh my gosh. Brian, honestly, I've never related to you more because my husband loves to snuggle, but he falls asleep in like 4 seconds. And I've told you before, it takes me at least like an hour every night. And I just spend the first 15 minutes imagining how I'm going to get out of the I'm like, if I just wait till I hear a little snoring, then I can wiggle over here and be free. It drives me insane. He's so much bigger than me that if his arm's on top of me, it feels like I'm being weighed down by a bar. Like I'm trying to sleep with a metal bar on top of me.
Like a Great America riding a roller coaster,
Yes,
that bar.
I'm like, I can't breathe. It's warm. His breath is on my neck. I'm like, get off.
Well, there you go. That will save your life. Even though if you're a Twitcher like me, we got a Twitcher, it's too bad. But sleep with somebody, but it can't be a one-nighter. I'm not saying don't have a one-nighter. I'm saying it's not going to benefit your long-term health. There's the fact that makes your brain go. And coming back in 6 minutes, boy, do we have a sad pour one out. Locally, Chicago icon. We're going to pour one out coming up here in 6 minutes.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Well, coming up in sports in 5 minutes, we discovered the two students from Lyons Township. We played this audio yesterday. It is the best sports call in Chicago history. And you will hear it again, and we'll identify the great kids from Lyons Township High School in LaGrange that made the call. We have found them. So that's coming up. Also, a Bulls game for the ages yesterday. But before we move forward, we sadly have to pour one out for a Chicago icon. And I'm going to qualify this one a little bit because it's not as hard as it sounds in a pour one out because they still exist. But losing some of those family restaurants in your neighborhood always is tragic in Chicago. Chicago-based Home Run Inn Pizza will be closing several of its restaurants in coming days, with the company making strategic decisions about the future. That's what their press release said. So this was from NBC Chicago, NBC TV, where they're going to close the Bronzeville neighborhood as well as Berwyn and Melrose Park. Now, they have other locations. They have about 6 other ones. They have some city locations. They have Hillsdale, Darien, Bolingbrook. Those are going to remain open. Archer Ave, 31st Street, as well as the Beverly neighborhood and Midway Airport. So it sounds like it's not a traditional pour one out that we're doing, but it just makes you upset for those people in those neighborhoods who have their home run in pizza. Now, of course, you just go to Jewel, and it's right there in the frozen section.
I was going to say, I've never had home run in pizza.
You never had it at all?
No.
Oh, my gosh. You've got to get at least... So I was going to say, I've actually...
Shake your head. I'm going to punch Case in the face.
You think you know the people you work with.
Like,
And then they
can
say something like that, and it just makes you question everything.
It's so all the crap.
Never had a home run in pizza.
You Googled how to boil water,
And
you
now I
a-hole,
know-
and then
now I
you
know how to.
Yeah, Kaz, that wasn't a... listen, I'm not siding with Case on it completely. However, I'm saying boiling water and pizza, different. But there are so many options of pizza in Chicago. So many options.
There's so many options, and I have to say, and I'm sorry, but this is the hill I'll die on. I refuse to have frozen pizza.
Oh my
I refuse
God.
to eat it. I refuse to participate. So it's just it's cardboard, and I can't do it.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you to do right now. On your way home today from the show, you stop at Jewel and you get yourself a home run in frozen pizza. It's life-changing frozen pizza. That I'm telling you.
Is it better for frozen pizza? Because it needs to be as good as if I just picked it up or be pissed.
What'd you describe it as? Do that little sound again?
Is it gonna be like I don't like that.
No, home run in frozen pizza is equivalent to a store, like a pizzeria, going in the pizzeria and getting the pizza. It is incredible. It's outstanding. And I have no stake in this. I'm not getting paid to say this.
You're not a shareholder?
As far as you guys don't know. And actually, they make most of their money from the frozen pizza operation more than the brick and mortar restaurants. That's why they're probably saying, like, hey, we don't need these restaurants anymore. But it sucks because now I'm going to be a hypocrite right now. I've actually never been in a home run in pizzeria. But I've bought tons of the frozen pizzas.
You kept them in business, basically.
Yeah, but I'm not keeping the stores in business because they're closing by not going. There's not really one near me. There's not really one in my neighborhood.
Well, we could take a road trip.
There's.
Take a road trip.
You're not convincing me.
But you should get the frozen pizza. Absolutely, 1,000%, Kenzie. You should do that. It is so good.
It'd be good for you.
Yeah.
It'd be a good thing to experience.
You never got like a Red Baron pizza or Tombstone?
DiGiorno,
Listen,
Jack's.
have I tasted frozen pizza before? As a child against my will? Yes. Will I participate in that as an adult who has a choice? Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. DiGiorno's
No.
is unbelievable.
It's
straight from
believable.
Italy. It's
actually super believable.
It is also, let's see, and Red Baron I loved for years.
I
as
had a
kid.
Red Baron last week. It kicked ass. It kicked ass.
I should be in the DiGiorno's portion when they're like, is it delivery? I'd be like, obviously not. I don't like frozen pizza.
All right, so home run in, fine as a company, just closing some of the locations, pouring one out for those neighborhoods that lost theirs. We feel for you. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Sports in 3 minutes.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.